Part 347. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3461. You all back down. It was my soldiers who bumped into your excellency just now. Your excellency, please give me face, so don't bother with them. I see that you have a good cultivation base and combat power. I wonder which company it came from. Why have I never seen it before? While talking, the young man in white robe walked towards the side. When he saw Chu Ceci, a strange light flickered in his eyes. Just now I felt that Chu Ceci was amazing in the frame, so I couldn't help but walk over. This time, it seems that she is really a stunning beauty. Anonymous. Let's go. Fang Fan smiled indifferently, and didn't bother to say anything at the moment. Before leaving Guangming Academy, he promised Murong Yu not to do anything outside. As long as it doesn't touch his bottom line, Fang Fan doesn't care. Your Excellency, wait. He. You don't even want to reveal your name. Is this looking down on me, Yu Wengsu? Although I, Yu Wengsu, don't have a high official position, I'm still the underrepresented official in charge of criminal proceedings in Guangming Shenzhen. Furthermore, Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, and I are as close as brothers. Yu Wengsu, a young man in a white robe, gradually began to hold his head high and his chest high, slowly trying to increase his status, and then pretended to be a wave. As he was talking, he couldn't help but look around Chu Ceci several times. Oh. What does that have to do with me? Let's go. Fang Fan shrugged, and prepared to continue on his way with Chu Ceci and Bai Piao. Your Excellency can go, but this lady wants to stay. I want to invite this lady to a dinner party. Yuan Sutu, a young man in white robe, saw him poorly, with a gloomy expression on his face at this moment. Do not have time. My lord, let's go. Chu Ceci hugged Fang Fan's arm with a look of pity on her face. Are you not giving me Yu Wengsu face? When the young man in white robe saw this scene, his expression changed immediately, and he was particularly upset at this moment. Now this gaudy feeling is very strong. Looking at it inexplicably, there is a sense of sand sculpture. What's going on? Can't you be clear in your heart? Still have to say it? How is the situation? Don't you have any clues in your heart? What are you? Why should we give you face? Fang Fan frowned, speechless. Doesn't this guy feel too good about himself? You really talk a lot. Is there anything else? Hurry up if you have something to say. It's okay, let's go. Damn it. Is it going on forever? Bai Piao rolled his eyes, and complained angrily at the moment. The complexion of Yu Wengsu, a young man in white robe, changed and became ugly. Don't give him face. Let him not get off the stage. Hateful. He, Yu Wengsu, is also the #1 person in the entire Guangming God City. In addition to his status as a young official, what is more important is that he has a close relationship with Cao Man, the young city lord of the bright God City. Also because of this, in the entire Guangming God City, he can walk sideways, who dare not give him 3 points of face. Today he feels humiliated. Bad mood. Especially this beauty in front of me, like a lotus emerging from water, must be obtained. Yu Wengsu licked his lips, his eyes flickered with a different kind of brilliance. You too, you can go. This beautiful lady can stay. In this way, I don't care about your crime of colliding with this young officer, otherwise, this young officer will arrest you in the dungeon and interrogate you severely. Humph. Blocking the way of this young Master Tui official on the road, and attempting to hijack this young Master Tui official, this crime is not light. Yu Wengsu snorted coldly, and then started to groan. Are there so many sand sculptures these days? Is your humming brain sick? What the hell are you? Still hitting you and hijacking you. You are a chicken egg. Damn it, if you pretend to be 2 to 5 to 80,000, you know that you are not a good guy. Don't you just want to pick up girls? As for making so many detours. Grass. Hypocrite. This kind of hypocrite is much more disgusting than those real villains. Anyway, labor and capital are disgusting. Bai Piao rolled his eyes, and then couldn't help complaining all over. Bai Piao basically finished what Fang Fan wanted to say. In fact, Fang Fan's difference is nothing more than that. Hateful. Do you dare to insult Ben Xiaotui in the street? This young officer can punish you for a serious crime of disrespect. Court death. Yu Wengsu's complexion turned dark. He has been in Guangming God City for so long, and what he has always enjoyed is the respect and fear of others. No one has ever dared to treat him like this, and suddenly endless anger surged in his heart, and the long sword in his hand directly pierced Bai Piao's chest. It seems that he has already moved to kill. It's just that Bai Piao's defense is too strong. This Yu Wengsu's sword didn't enter Bai Piao's body at all, it just stayed on the surface and left a white mark. Oh shit. You really are not a good thing. It's actually a killer move. Boy Fang Fan. Kill him. Bai Piao quickly ran behind Fang Fan, and then shouted loudly. Court death. How dare you dodge? Except for this beauty, both of you must die. Collided with this young master, a dead end. Yu Wengsu snorted coldly, and the aura around him was revealed. Compared with his bone age, his cultivation base in the 7-star sanctuary realm is not bad. Yu Wengsu's sword gradually reached Fang Fan's chest. Zhan Tianjian made a move. Clang. Click. The long sword in Yu Wengsu's hand broke. My sword. I'm a holy artifact. Hateful. Yu Wengsu took a deep breath, the expression on his face became extremely ugly, his eyes were full of murderous intent, his thoughts were also bursting out, and his mentality burst instantly. These words cannot be expressed simply in a few words. In addition to anger, there was also a hint of greed on his face. The weapon that can instantly cut off the long sword of my holy weapon must not be an ordinary thing. This is very likely to be a demigod. If I take this semi-artifact longsword and dedicate it to the young city lord, it will definitely make the young city lord trust and favor me even more. Yu Wengsu licked his lips, secretly happy in his heart. I never expected that when I went out, I would not only meet such a stunning beauty, but also encounter such a precious long sword. Yu Wengsu could tell at a glance that Fang Fan was only at the 4-star sanctuary level, which was quite different from his 7-star sanctuary level, but he was relying on a high-level weapon to forcibly support him. Isn't this the same as picking it up in vain? Such a treasure is so precious that it is easy to find it without looking for it. Cool. Yu Wengsu stretched out his hand, preparing for a monkey to steal peaches and a sea fishing. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3462. When his hand reached out, Fang Fan waved the Zhantian sword indifferently, and then the lingering sword light swept Yu Wengsu directly. In an instant, he was enveloped in it, and the endless oppressive force swept over him. Click. Yu Wengsu's arm was split in half, and blood flowed out immediately. The powerful sword energy directly invaded his body, as if it wanted to cut his whole body completely. The scene is invisible and extremely horrifying, and it is inexplicably deep in it and cannot extricate itself. This kind of feeling, in a few words, is not clear, it seems very confusing. Whoosh! At this moment, a golden light appeared in Yu Wengsu's body, which offset the sword energy. Yu Wengsu collapsed on the ground in panic, and his whole body trembled at this moment. Almost died. ICAO. The scene just now was so exciting. How can it be like this? My brain suddenly buzzed. If it wasn't for, if I hadn't placed a talisman in my body, I would have died just now. This bastard really dares to kill me. I, Yu Wengsu, almost died on the street. Damn. Damn. Yu Wengsu's lips trembled, and while talking, his face became more and more ugly, and his whole body was fluttering, his mentality was completely blown up. Nothing. Everything is followed by a complete silence. You trash. What are you still looking at? Can't you see that Ben Shao is injured? This young master, in the name of the official of Guangming Shenzhen, ordered to arrest these bastards. Anyone who resists will be killed without mercy. Kill without mercy. Yu Wengsu gritted his teeth, and then roared. His forehead was densely covered with black lines, and his face gradually became extremely cold. Hateful. A bunch of nasty bastards. If it weren't for this group of people, how could they have fallen to such a fate? Collapsed. Mentality collapsed. Completely collapsed. Also play a chicken. Nothing. Go to hell. All go to hell. The sound of roaring is endless. The expression on Yu Wengsu's face became increasingly ugly. The resentment in my heart exploded completely. As if to completely sweep everything in front of you. This feeling cannot be expressed simply in a few words. All in all, just want to explode. Complete explosion. Fang fanboy. These people are provoking you. I'll go. This is unbearable. Go. Kill them. Left uppercut? Come straight. Aren't these little bastards just trying to kill themselves? Him. The yelling gradually increased, and the attitude of gnashing teeth swept over. Bai Piao has been teasing behind her back. You can shut up now. Don't you have God thunder from heaven? What's going on all this time? Can't you cast a wave of your God's thunder from heaven? Fang Fan glanced at Bai Piao, then his face turned black. Ah! My, isn't that the last signboard? Under normal circumstances, it cannot be used casually. Fang Fan, it's not that you don't know that there are many things involved in it. Bai Piao was playing sloppy again, and then said in a flashy manner. Fang Fan didn't bother to pay attention to him, and then he focused his eyes directly on the silver-armored soldiers in front of him, and then slashed a few times, basically like being cut into melons, sweeping away. To put it bluntly, this is a group of chickens. It is not difficult to clean up this group of chickens. Basically, as long as the movements are in place, there is no problem. The situation also seems relatively calm. Crazy combat power erupted, and there were corpses lying on the ground. Fang Fan looked at Yu Wengsu. Call. Yu Wengsu let out a mouthful of turbid air, gathered all the strength in his body, and ran away. If you don't run now, when will you wait to be killed? This is a humming evil star, okay. If you are targeted, you will still be dead later. The sense of death invasion came, and there was an endless sense of panic in my heart. That kind of feeling is very appropriate. Just follow Liang Bo Yuxin every minute. Fang Fan, you can't let this guy run away. Catch up and beat him to death. This guy is the worst. Hum him. Thump him. Boy Fang Fan. Bai Piao seemed very anxious. As he spoke, his body trembled uncontrollably. This guy just had a mouthful. Encountering this kind of fight, it seems quite exciting. But if he is allowed to fight, he will show the posture of fighting the five scum in minutes. It purely belongs to the type of food addiction. Just, very confused. That kind of gaudy feeling is also very strong. I don't know what to say anymore. Anyway, it's pretty awesome. Husband, why don't I go and kill him? Chu Sisi turned her beautiful eyes. Although she has called Fang Fan many times before, it still seems a little unnatural now. At this moment, her eyes are flickering, and her expression is even more complicated. This is a downtown area. When things get serious, it is easy to cause accidental injuries. Leave him a dog's life first. Fang Fan glanced into the distance, then shook his head and said. That's the end of the matter, just hang on. Ah. Then let him run away. It's too cheap for him, isn't it? Bai Piao on the side immediately sighed. Ah. It's naturally impossible to get cheap. Fang Fan muttered to himself, and then the pair of calamity hammers appeared in his hands. Boom! A pair of calamity hammers collided with each other, and immediately launched natural disasters and man-made disasters. Immediately, a special energy was transmitted from the calamity hammer into that Yu Wengsu's body. This wave of natural and man-made disasters can finally make him drink a few pots. I go. It's amazing. Absolute son. Fang Fan boy, you are too shameless. Damn it. But it looks so cool. Ha ha ha. That's it? That's how it should be. Exciting. So exciting. I've experienced the power of this god's hammer before, let him be unlucky all the way. It's much better than hammering this guy to death. Bai Piao rubbed his hands together, and then affirmed. By the way, Fang Fan, can you lend me your disaster hammer? I want to play too. Bai Piao rolled his eyes, he also wanted to mess with a few people. If you want to refeel the previous experience, you can try it. Fang Fan glanced at Bai Piao, then said calmly. The corner of Bai Piao's mouth twitched, and then he quickly shrank his neck. Let's forget it. At that time, in the disaster god's underground palace, Bai Piao accidentally touched the disaster god's hammer, causing the two disaster god hammers to collide once, and then Bai Piao basically fell down 3 times while walking. The more times the disaster hammers collide with each other, the more powerful they are. Of course, the power also varies from person to person. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3463. Under normal circumstances, the effect of casting natural and man-made disasters on a demigod-level boss is definitely not as good as that of ordinary sanctuary-level practitioners. There is no doubt about this. Although this calamity hammer is powerful, it is not so powerful in general. Everything is still in the hang-up phase. In the distance, Yu Wengsu shuddered subconsciously, feeling something was wrong for no reason. I always feel like I am being watched by something at this moment. Of course, he can't think so much at such a critical moment. Escape is the most important thing now. As for the other things, they are nothing. It is true that the mentality is followed by a collapse. Boom. Yu Wengsu fell to the ground for the first time, he glanced blankly at the flat ground with a dazed expression. Hey, I ran too fast and fell down. Yu Wengsu sighed, and then supported the ground with his intact left hand to get up. Ah! The corner of Yu Wengsu's mouth twitched, and he couldn't help shouting, only to see a sickle bug holding a sickle appeared on his left hand at some point. At this moment, a sickle was poked on his index finger, and the 10 fingers connected to the heart, and his mentality collapsed instantly. His brain was trembling boundlessly, and the posture of gnashing his teeth was fully displayed. Damn it, what's going on, shameless, despicable and obscene. Why are you so unlucky today? Yu Wengsu gritted his teeth and crushed the scythe bug to death, and then a strange smell came. He glanced at the crushed scythe bug in front of him, his breathing became rapid, and the veins on his forehead popped out. Grass. Unlucky home. What the hell? Yu Wengsu shook his hand, ready to shake off the crushed scythe bug body. It's so undead, it just fell into his mouth. No. Yu Wengsu swallowed a mouthful of saliva, and was about to spit it out, but the crushed sickle bug body had already entered his abdomen as he swallowed his saliva. In one go, it looks quite hearty. What the hell am I? Vomit. 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 Yu Wengsu couldn't help retching, and at this moment his mouth was emitting a foul smell. Ga quack quack. At this moment, a group of crows happened to pass by overhead, and their voices were very strange. Even you bastards want to laugh at this young master. Roll. Yu Wengsu raised his head, gritted his teeth and let out a resentment. The anger on his face was beyond words. Puff. Puff puff. Suddenly, the 10 or so crows above his head suddenly started shitting at the same time. More than a dozen lumps of crow feces suddenly fell on Yu Wengsu's face. A few 2 or 3 lumps naturally fell to the corner of his mouth. The scene once seemed very strange, invisibly giving people a sense of comprehensive oppression in consciousness. This state of mind immediately followed the blood collapse. Nothing. Liang Lianjiao Egwang is fully practicing to the end. At this moment, Yu Wengsu was already surrounded by various smells. The surrounding pedestrians suddenly showed disgust and quickly avoided. What's the matter with this person? Why does he start eating siang in the street? I'll go. What kind of hobby is this? It stinks. Hurry, stay away from this pervert. Damn it. There are so many wonders in the world, it's really like this, it's disgusting. Grass, if you have any perverted hobbies, how about you go home and use them? It's a public, hummed up, purely disgusting person. After eating siang, this guy won't want to drag it in public. Run. The surrounding voices of disgust and complaints gradually increased. Then it was too late to run, let alone anything else. This is clearly gaudy. It was just unlucky to meet such a person on the street, and my brain immediately buzzed. This feeling is simply not too weird. The sense of sand sculpture gradually gathered. Being accused by thousands of people, Yu Wengsu's face turned black into the bottom of the pot. This matter can't be left alone. He can't bear this grievance. How could someone treat him like this? Speaking of which, the reason why he fell into this situation is the fault of those bastards. Is it Fang Fan? He. I want you all to die. You all die. That woman must belong to Mr. Ben. This law must continue. Yu Wengsu took a deep breath, thinking to himself, the brilliance in his eyes gathered in an all-round way, and when the thoughts burst out, everything will be fully oppressed. Bright divine city, city lord's mansion. Yu Wengsu has gone through untold hardships, and then came back with difficulty. The clothes on his body were already in tatters, and his face was gradually showing signs of exhaustion. The ghost knows exactly what he went through, those nasty states made him follow the situation invisibly. He gritted his teeth, his complexion became extremely ugly, his breathing suddenly became rapid, and his whole body was in a state of extreme anger. Damn. All assholes. Die. All must die. Everything will be completely terminated. The guards of the city lord's mansion stopped him. Get out. Where did the beggar come from? The beggar is coming to our city lord's mansion, and he doesn't want to live anymore? Do you think it's too long? Roll. The soldiers at the gate of the city lord's mansion directly followed and scolded, with a particularly displeased look on their faces. Snapped. Yu Wengsu couldn't help but twitched his mouth. Go away. You don't even know me. I'm Yu Wengsu. Take me to meet the young city lord. Yu Wengsu's face darkened, and he roared angrily. Grass. Do you dare to fight labor and management? You are still pretending to be Yuan Xiaotui, brothers, surround him together and beat him to death. Immediately, hundreds of soldiers gathered at the gate of the city lord's mansion, blocking Yu Wengsu's encirclement. Among them were some strong men, after all, this was the city lord's mansion. Yu Wengsu's lips trembled with anger. But at this moment, Even if there is boundless anger in his heart, he can only grit his teeth and hold back. This wave couldn't help but exploded, and it exploded completely. Whirring whirring. Yu Wengsu's lips trembled, and his eyes shifted completely. What the hell? Nothing. If you don't reveal your identity quickly, I'm afraid you will be killed by this group of unknown bastards. A nervous look appeared on Yu Wengsu's face. He looked forward and saw a familiar figure. Young City Lord. Young City Lord. This, here. I am Yu Wengsu. Young City Lord. Help me. Yu Wengsu gathered all the strength around him, and then roared excitedly. After yelling, she immediately cried miserably. Too difficult. Today is definitely his ultimate unlucky day, he is almost suffocating. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3464. Cao Man, the young master of Guangming God City, frowned. Looking at the freak with a foul smell and a dark face, his brows could not help but frown. It was this voice, which seemed quite familiar. Yu Wengsu. How could you be Yu Wengsu? How dare you come in front of my young city lord to cheat? Simply hateful. Kill it. Cao Man waved his hand and said indifferently. Yu Wengsu was stunned for a moment. Unexpectedly, Cao Man's appearance hastened his death. His body trembled violently, and his lips couldn't help twitching. He needs to find a way to prove his identity, and prove his identity immediately. Otherwise it is really going to die. After all, what lies ahead is really just a dead end. If he really died, he would have nothing to worry about. The moment of the total end, I feel horrified and disturbed when I think about it. It's nothing. Young City Master, you asked me to find you a fair boy for you to enjoy 2 days ago. Don't you remember? Also, last month you pretended to be a flower picker and forcibly took Commander Mo's daughter. By the way, last month, we went to the Chunqing building together, and we played multiplayer sports together. Young City Master, you must trust me. You generally control the time within 30 seconds. You still like to say, mine is big, bear with it? Young City Lord. Woo 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 woo. Yu Wengsu directly began to break the news. After these words were spoken, the audience fell silent. Oh shit. It sounds so exciting. Inexplicably, I feel excited all over my body. Is it all so savage? Those soldiers have slowed down the pace of attack, and now they want to hear more revelations. As for Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, his face was already ashen. Okay. Go away. No need to kill. He is Yu Wengsu. What he said just now is the secret code between the young city lord and him. It doesn't mean any other special meaning. It's just a secret code. This secret code is not allowed to spread out at will. The corners of Cao Man's mouth twitched, and the veins on his forehead popped out as he spoke. Damn it, my mentality almost exploded. This is nothing. Boo 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 at the end, nothing, directly sweeping the infinite energy. If Cao Man didn't tell him deliberately, maybe everyone wouldn't think too much about it. But he kept emphasizing that what Yu Wengsu said just now was a secret code, and he was immediately reminded by the people around him. There is no silver 300 taels here. Secret code. I believe you, ghost. Nothing. What Yu Wengsu said just now at the moment of death must be true, otherwise it would be impossible for the young city lord to accept it. If you think about it this way, could it be that the young city lord can't hold on for even 30 seconds? That's it. I also like to say, mine is big, can you bear with it? Isn't this comforting yourself? Nothing. The whispers around suddenly increased. On the bright side, everyone dared not talk about this matter in front of Cao Man, for fear of being retaliated against. But in secret, isn't that just talking nonsense? You control the sky and the earth, can you still control what I say? Laughing, looking at the young city lord's big and thick appearance, I didn't expect to have such a hidden disease. Cough, I'll go, can you stop being so funny, my stomach, damn, it hurts from laughing, it hurts, ICAO. Good guy, what a good guy, I am convinced, what kind of rubbish is this? Damn. Didn't you hear that just now? This CAO man still likes little girls, how disgusting. Oh. I'm afraid others will laugh at him, the little girl doesn't understand anything, just enough to satisfy his self-esteem. Tisk, so it looks like this, to put it bluntly, it's just rubbish. Understood. Fully understood. Eating melons and watching a show. It's really interesting. Speaking of which, isn't that Yu Wengsu the young official of Guangming Shenchang? He is still the lackey of the young city lord. How did he become so virtuous? People are neither ghosts nor ghosts. Just now everyone couldn't recognize them. This is worse than a beggar. Like a beggar. Heh. Maybe there are some unique hobbies, this kind of person, who knows, his brain is a bit abnormal. Well, it really looks like that, and it looks more real this way. Look. The more you watch, the more interesting it becomes. The surrounding discussions are one after another. Cao man, the young lord of Guangming God City, gritted his teeth, and his breathing could not help but become rapid. At this moment, he looked at the dirty Yu Wengsu in front of him with resentful eyes. If it weren't for this bastard who really brought him a lot of joy, now he really wants to hack him to death. The reputation of this young city lord has been tarnished just like that. Hateful. Get the hell out of here. Cao man snorted coldly, and then directly dragged Yu Wengsu to the room of the city lord's mansion. Snapped. Clap clap. After entering the room, there was a constant crackling sound. Cao man directly transformed the anger in his heart into infinite power, and then slapped Yu Wengsu on the face. Who the hell made you say those things? You dare to talk nonsense about the privacy of my young master? I'll beat you to death. You bastard. Do you want to make this young city master a laughing stock of everyone? Cao. Boom. Bang bang bang. Clap clap. One foot after another. Slap after slap. Yu Wengsu's body was injured again. The miserable state is undoubtedly revealed. Small, young city lord. I didn't mean to. At that time, I was in a hurry, and I also wanted to save my life. I also wanted to save my dog's life so that I could continue to work for the young city lord in the future. Woo, young city lord, I was bullied outside. I saw a peerless beauty, I'm going to bring it back for you to enjoy. Yu Wengsu started to get to the point. He knows exactly what Cao man needs, and he also knows the value of his existence in Cao man's eyes. Know more about where Cao man's weakness is. Peerless beauty. You sure? Good on. Where? Quick, bring it here. I want to enjoy it. Damn it. I want to vent my fire. Cao man, the young lord of Guangming God City, licked his lips, and his face couldn't help showing an infinite surge of color. For it. Young city master, there is a man beside that peerless beauty. I'm going to bring that peerless beauty back, and that nasty man beat me up like this. He split my arm in the street and killed the city guards who protected me. I'm so miserable. Yu Wengsu began to sell miserably. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3465. Why don't you report the name of the young city lord? With a dark face, Cao man snorted coldly. Reported, But, but that bastard said that the young city lord is not as good as a piece of shit in his eyes. Yu Wengsu rolled his eyeballs, and then spoke with confidence. It is necessary to arouse the anger of this young city lord, so that he can be used as a sword by himself. Yu Wengsu raised his eyebrows, and what he said was full of joy. The more he talked, the more excited he became, and the more he talked, the more excited he became. In a few words, he became completely excited. A piece of shit. Worth a pile of shit. He really said that. In Guangming God City, there are still people who dare to be so rude to this young city master. Asshole. Bastard stuff. Why didn't you kill him all the time? In order to maintain the majesty of this young city lord. You intentionally humiliated my young master. Snapped. Cao man looked unhappy, and then slapped him with a big mouth. Or, did you do it on purpose? Just to embarrass me? You bastard. The mind is very cunning. Boom. Cao man snorted coldly, his face became more and more ugly, the madness in his eyes was beyond words, murderous, and suddenly swept away. Such a gesture is especially true. This. Young city master, you really wronged me. In my eyes, you are the supreme existence. In order to protect your face, I will do whatever it takes. But some people just don't give you face. Young city master, I can't bear this wave of course. Young city lord. You must trust me. That bastard was so disrespectful to you at that time. What I said is true. Young city master, you must trust me. If not, you will kill me. Yu Wengsu's lips trembled, and while he was speaking, his body trembled uncontrollably, and he immediately pretended to be in a posture of bowing his neck to kill. This scene is inexplicably a little dramatic. Just, very. Okay. Take me to that kid. And that peerless beauty you mentioned. I warn you, if you dare to lie to me, I will tear you apart. Cao man licked his lips, his face could not help showing anticipation. In the final analysis, beauty is still good, as for the other things that are not there, they are nothing, and there is no need to take care of them at all. Of course. Young city master, don't worry, I still have this vision. I've been by your side for so many years, if I didn't even have this bit of vision, wouldn't you have kicked me away? Hey. Young city master, just watch this time. That kid is a student of Guangming Academy. Now he must have fled to Guangming Academy. Young city lord. We directly surrounded Guangming Academy. Then come and catch a turtle in an urn. Yu Wengsu's eyebrows moved slightly, and while speaking, his body trembled uncontrollably. The more he thought about it, the more excited he became, and the more he thought about it, the more surging, and many thoughts in his head completely exploded. Snapped. It was still a big mouth that greeted him. Are you crazy? Grass. Surround Guangming Academy. What do you think you are? Even if it's my father, he doesn't have the right to directly surround Guangming Academy. Do you understand or not? What kind of status does the Bright Academy have in the Temple of the Bright Alliance? You don't know anything. Grass. You're trying to harm this young master. I'll kick you to death. Cao man looked at Yu Wengsu now, feeling unusually disgusted. Maybe it's because this bastard has made many of his secrets public. Can you talk about those secrets casually? The bastard stuff. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. My brain immediately buzzed. That feeling exploded in an instant. It's just, very real. Yu Wengsu gritted his teeth, secretly enduring these severe beatings. No pain no gain. Fight for revenge. After letting Cao man vent, Yu Wengsu suddenly showed a flattering smile on his face, and his figure seemed to gradually become enchanting. Young city lord. This matter. Cough. How dare I cheat you? What kind of status do you have in the mind of your subordinates, don't you still know? Yu Wangsu shook his body suddenly, and then got into Cao Man's arms. In fact, Yu Wangsu is really a handsome man, in every aspect. He has a thin body, fair skin, and he is not bad in all aspects. He has been favored by Cao Man all along, not only because of cleverness, but also because of his appearance. If Cao Man saw Yu Wangsu like this on weekdays, he must have moved his index finger. As for now, Amoran is particularly indifferent. That's it? Nothing. What should this say? Can't say anything. On Yu Wangsu's body, Cao Man could smell an undisguised stench. Go away. Cao Man threw Yu Wangsu away with a look of disgust on his face. It fully deduces what it means that men are big pigs. Yu Wangsu was disgusted, but he was not embarrassed at all. He just took 2 steps back, and then continued to smile. Young City Lord, the current City Lord of Guangming God City is your father. This Guangming God City has just been established, isn't the city owned by the Cao family? This Guangming Academy has put on such a posture just after entering the Guangming God City, which has already made the City Lord feel unhappy. Under normal circumstances, it is not good for the City Lord to directly rectify the Guangming Academy. After all, he still pays attention to the piece on the surface. But now we have plenty of excuses. The students of Guangming Academy are disrespectful to you. You led your troops to surround Guangming Academy, and then asked for people from Guangming Academy. If they give it, it means they have been persuaded, and our City Lord's mansion has won a big victory. If we don't give it, we can use the rules of the Bright God City to suppress them. At that time, they will definitely not dare to say anything. Young City Lord, such a good opportunity, wouldn't it be a pity to miss it? But if you can control it, you will definitely become the most dazzling existence in the entire City of Light. At that time, you will be the supreme existence that suppresses Guangming Academy. The entire Guangming God City and even the entire Guangming camp will sing your legend. At that time, the City Lord will definitely be proud of you. You will definitely be moved and delighted by your actions. Beyond that, the young City Lord can still embrace a beautiful woman, so why not do it? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3466. While Yu Wangsu was talking, the excitement on his face was beyond words. His breathing gradually became rapid, and his body couldn't stop taking a step forward, which seemed very real. The expression of Cao Man, the young master of Guangming God City, also changed from disdain at the beginning to a little excited. Although he also felt that there were indeed some problems in doing so, he couldn't stand the pressure. The future that Yu Wangsu said is simply not too good. Are you sure my dad will be happy if I do this? What if the Guangming Academy is a stubborn stubble? What if the deputy head of the Guangming Academy will come forward and crush me? That old thing wanted to kill me last time. I can't risk. Cao Man clenched his teeth, regaining his senses a little at the moment, and a thoughtful look appeared on his face as he spoke. Seeing Cao Man's attitude, Yu Wangsu was not in a hurry. The fish are hooked. Having been with Cao Man day and night for so long, Yu Wangsu still knows something about his nature. When he showed this expression, it showed that he really couldn't bear it. It is more than words. Young City Lord doesn't need to worry about this. Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, has gone to retreat a long time ago, and should not come out under normal circumstances. And even if he came out, it would be their Guangming Academy's fault. How dare he treat the young City Lord in public? Besides, we can take the soldiers of the Legion of Light too. In order to protect the safety of the City Lord, didn't the Pope dispatch a squadron of the Legion of Light to the City Lord? The young City Lord only needs to take the token of the Lord of the City Lord to bring this squadron of the Bright Legion. How dare the Bright Academy mess around? You must know that the Legion of Light represents the will of the Pope, and is directly led by the Pope. Young City Master, don't come again when you can't miss this opportunity. I missed this opportunity, and I don't know when I want to suppress Guangming Academy next time. It's not that you didn't see the arrogance of those people from the Guangming Academy that day. They didn't pay attention to you and the City Lord when they first entered the Guangming Shencheng. How will you pay it back in the future? You can't directly bring the Guangming Shencheng into the rule of their Guangming Academy. Down. Young City Lord, please don't forget what the Guangming Academy does. It is to cultivate the favored sons of heaven, and those favored sons of heaven who graduate every year enter various positions in the Temple of the Light Alliance. The appeal of Guangming Academy is too strong. We must give them a fatal blow when Guangming Academy's foothold is not stable, otherwise we will only regret it in the future. Young City Lord. Yu Wengsu's mouth cracked when he said that. For revenge, this guy is also doing everything he can. It seems that he wants to make Cao Man limping. Normal people can hear the problem, but it is obvious that Cao Man is not normal anymore. Greed caused a rapid change in his heart. Or, his mind is extremely clear, but he just wants to take a gamble. If you win the bet, you have everything. If you lose the bet, it seems that you have nothing to lose. He, Cao Man, is the young lord of the bright God city. His father is the city lord Cao Tang. His father is a celebrity in front of His Majesty the Pope. Who can match him? Good. Very good. Very good. It's a blessing in disguise. Yu Wengsu. This time you were beaten well. If not, there is no such a good opportunity to find fault. Bright Academy. Humph. Ridiculous. If you dare to confront my City Lord's mansion, you will die. I want to get that peerless beauty you mentioned, and my Yuer, this time I got it together. Cao Man licked his lips, and his face couldn't help showing excitement when he spoke. At this moment, there is only endless greed in my mind. The more I think about it, the more excited I become, and the more I think about it, the more surging I get. Gradually evolved into an infinite motivation deep in my heart. Bright God City, New Bright Academy. After returning with tens of millions of star cores in hand, the first thing to do is naturally divide the spoils. After giving Bai Biao 550,000 high-grade star cores, Fang Fan sent 500,000 high-grade star cores to Zhuoqiu Yao and Gui Sha again. This is too much. Brother Fang Fan, we only got 1% of the total God bones at most. Give us 100,000 top-grade star cores is enough. 500,000. Brother Fang Fan, this is inappropriate. Zhuoqiu Yao took a deep breath, and then hurriedly said aside, the tension on his face was beyond words. Although everyone likes the star core and this thing, but a gentleman loves money and gets it in a proper way. It should be your own, then it is your own, but if it doesn't belong to you, if you take it by force, it seems a bit unreasonable. At the very least, the heart will gradually become anxious. Yeah, brother Fang Fan, I only want 100,000. You are going to smash our rhythm with the star core. Could it be that you still want us to sell ourselves? Really, too many. I have never seen so many star cores. Gisha smiled wryly, his scalp tingling inexplicably. In fact, the background of Ghosts is not bad. He is also the young master of the second-class Sanctuary Fallen World Palace. Moreover, the second-class sanctuary of the Fallen World Sanctuary is considered the best of all second-class sanctuaries, and the strength of the Fallen World Palace itself can compete with the general top first-rank forces. In the Fallen World Palace, there are also strong demigods. Speaking of which, Gisha is really that kind of second-generation son. But obviously, ghosts have always been invisible, so others can't feel the special identity of ghosts. But even so, Goisha felt a little numb seeing so many star cores. 500,000 high-grade star cores, even for those demigod powerhouses, is enough to tempt them and even kill them. Brother Fang Fan gave away so many star cores with both hands. Although the ghost is drooling greedily, there is still a bottom line. He felt that he could only take what he was supposed to take. As for the others, they don't belong to me, so I can't take them blindly. Here's the bottom line. The bottom line is unbreakable. Hee hee. You guys are thinking too much. Without your help, I would never have been able to go so smoothly in the Calamity God's underground palace. Everyone has worked together and shared it, it should be. Furthermore, I have already taken out my share, and you must take these star cores. Otherwise, would I have the nerve to ask you for help in the future? Fang Fan shrugged, then said calmly. Now that the words have been said, everything that needs to be clarified is also clarified. Gisha and Zhuoqiuyao looked at each other, still hesitating. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3467. Why? What are you doing with these stupid things? Really are. Do you think this star core is hot? If you think the star core is hot, just say it. Just give me all the extra star cores, I'll keep them for you. In the future, when you need the star core, I will issue it to you. Cough, that's how it should be. What do you think? Bai Biao raised his eyebrows, and then couldn't help looking at the storage rings in the hands of Zhuoqiuyao and Goisha. The meaning he wanted to express was already obvious. Anyway, it's in the picture. Ha! Then what? There's no need for this. How can I make Brother Bai Biao tired? I'd better keep it myself. Brother Fang Fan, Zhuoqiuyao, have received a piece of my heart. I know that Brother Fang Fan is looking after me, Zhuoqiuyao. Leave it to me, Zhuoqiuyao, have to take care of it for Brother Fang Fan. Zhuoqiuyao patted his chest with a determined look on his face. At this moment, the whole person fell into a state of indescribable excitement. 500,000 top-grade star cores means that he can use the highest level of cultivation resources for cultivation, which can maximize the speed of cultivation. Can save countless hours of hard work. Even, there are resources to be promoted all the way to the demigod level. For cultivators, the ultimate goal is not to work hard for those cultivation resources. Now that I got it in advance, the feeling naturally seemed different. Brother Fang Fan, Brother Zhuoqiu, and I have the same idea. In the future, if there is anything to do, just give orders. Cough, of course, Brother Fang Fan basically leads us to climb the highest realm every time. Gisha smiled wryly, and seemed quite emotional at the moment. It is a great honor to know Brother Fang Fan in this life. After the star core was divided, Zhuoqiuyao Gui went to practice separately. This guy Bai Biao was on the sidelines, and he didn't know where he had slipped away. For him, go practicing in the training room does not exist. Did you forget something? Chu Sisi suddenly tilted her head and said solemnly. Forgot what? Fang Fan glanced at Chu Sisi, who was nestled against his chest, and couldn't help stretching out his index finger to scratch her delicate nose. What are you doing? It hurts me. Chu Sisi threw her small head towards Fang Fan's arms, with a dissatisfied expression on her face. Where is my share of the star core? Did you swallow it alone? Chu Sisi held her head high and her chest high, with a delicate face. Oh. Are you still thinking about your star core? Why don't we settle the score? When you let Bai Biao go up to withstand the thunder for you, you have already promised him your divine bone. Later, The last thunder of the Holy Lord's Thunder Tribulation was saved by a Holy Lord's Thunder Tribulation exemption card that I spent millions of top-grade star cores on. Based on this, you should still owe me 1,000,000 high-grade star cores. Tisk. 1,000,000, 1,000,000. How do you think you can pay it back? A wicked smile appeared on the corner of Fang Fan's mouth, and then he raised Chu Ceci's chin, staring at the rosy lips. Fang Fan silently stamped it. Woo. Woo woo woo. After more than 10 minutes, Chu Ceci had to breathe. Call. You know how to torment me. You mean, I still owe you 1,000,000 high-grade star cores. I will pay you back myself as a debt, is that enough? Chu Ceci tiptoed slightly, then stuck out her tongue and licked Fang Fan's earlobe. Good guy. This woman is really good at it. This means something. Then set a date first. Sell yourself to me, 100 million years. Fang Fan smiled silently, and his mood gradually became more comfortable. It's nice to relax every now and then. Suddenly, Chu Ceci turned pale. What did you just say about the Saint Venerable Thunder Tribulation exemption card? What's the meaning? Is it because of this exemption card that the last thunderbolt of my Holy Lord did not fall? This exemption card is worth 1,000,000 top-rank star cores. Where did you buy such a strange thing? Chu Ceci blinked, and while talking, her face gradually showed a look of astonishment, which was far from what she expected, and she felt strange for no reason. In her cognition, there has never been any memory related to the Holy Lord Thunder Tribulation exemption card. This thing should only exist in the sky, it is rare to hear it in the world. What are you thinking so much about? You go to practice first, I have something to deal with. Fang Fan squinted his eyes, and then he directly entered the small world of Shushan Pavilion, and summoned all the 10 legions in place. There is a star core. At the first moment, what Fang Fan thought of was to strengthen his own power. The star core is equal to the promotion card, the promotion card is equal to the promotion of the legion, and the promotion of the legion is equal to the expansion of power. I got 11,000,000 high-grade star cores from President Zhao Donghuang, and this is the proceeds from selling divine bones. I gave 550,000 to Bai Biao, and 500,000 to Zhuoqiu Yao and Gui Shat. There are almost 9,000,000 high-grade star cores left. More than 9,000,000. For it. In addition to the God Stone fragments and life springs obtained from searching the storage rings of the God's cultivators around the real God's cave, there are almost hundreds of thousands of high-grade star cores accumulated. Including these more than 9,000,000 high-grade star cores, there should be 10,000,000, and even a little bit. One of the top 10 legions under my command has an 8-star peak sanctuary level Blood Shura legion, and the remaining 9 are all 7-star peak sanctuary level legions. The first step is naturally to raise these 9 7-star peak sanctuary legions to 8-star peak sanctuary. Above the 8-star peak sanctuary realm, that is the low-level saint realm. Fang Fan licked his lips, and there was a look of anticipation in his eyes. Choose promotion. Ding. Consume 10.3 million high-grade star cores and successfully purchased 10.3 million holy level exclusive promotion cards. 9 7-star peak sanctuary level legions were successfully promoted to 8-star peak sanctuary level legions. Ding. The Yellow Turban Sanctuary Warlock Legion has been promoted to the 8-star peak sanctuary realm. Ding. The Low Heavy Machine Gun Corps has successfully promoted to the 8-star peak sanctuary. Ding. Goth Sanctuary Sharpshooter Legion has been promoted to the 8-star peak sanctuary realm. Ding. The 8-star peak sanctuary realm Abyss Demon King Legion is evolving, please choose the direction of the Legion evolution. Phantom Demon Legion, Abyss Demon Emperor Legion, God-Killing Demon Legion. The major legions were promoted in an orderly manner, but the Abyss Demon King Legion ushered in a legion self-evolution. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3468. 3 Evolutionary Directions. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, and his thoughts moved slightly. Phantom Legion? Is it the way of illusion? This looks a bit fancy. Fang Fan groaned and raised his eyebrows. The Abyss Demon Emperor Legion is actually promoted to a higher level on the basis of the original. It's the normal path. It's the god-killing demon army. This name is a bit floating. Fang Fan took a deep breath. The more he thought about it, the more he felt something was wrong. System, please explain. Fang Fan pondered and said directly. Ding. The god-killing demon army is following the path of killing gods. To put it simply, it has an additional attack effect on the soul and mental power. The system prompt is very simple, but Fang Fan can clearly feel something different from it. Killing God. Essentially killing the soul. Speaking of which, this is a nominal God's layer. However, if there is an additional attack bonus effect on killing the gods and souls, it is indeed a great threat to those gods. In this way, it seems true to say that it is killing gods. Fang Fan nodded. The more he thought about it, the more he felt that this was the case. The road to the future. There must be collisions with those true gods. After all, the enemies we encounter will only get stronger and stronger. When it is strong enough to a certain level, it will naturally touch the level of the so-called true god. If you make a little preparation in advance, it's okay. Fang Fan nodded silently, and gradually had other thoughts in his mind. Choose to evolve into a god-killing demon army. Ding. The 7-star Peak Sanctuary level Abyssal Demon Army has been successfully promoted to the 8-star Peak Sanctuary level God-Killing Demon Army. God-Killing Demon Legion, Evolvable. Level, 8-star Peak Sanctuary. Number of people, 7. Ruler, Satan. Skills, God-Killing Law, God-Killing Cage, God-Killing Proclamation. Exclusive Legion Skill, God-Killing Twilight. Loyalty, 100. Godslaying Twilight. After casting, the attack power of the soldiers of the Legion against the soul and mental power will increase by 10,000%, which lasts for 10 minutes, and the cooldown time is 24 hours. Good guy. Against the sky. In particular, this exclusive Legion skill God-Killing Twilight has exceeded a limit. In a few words, it was all an infinite explosive gesture. It makes people feel endless panic in the depths of their hearts. Increase the soul attack and mental power attack by 1%. 10,000%. That's 100 times. Hiss. Fang Fan squinted his eyes, and the eyes flickered violently. Erupted. It exploded instantly. With the god-killing demon army, all gods and souls will be wiped out in one go in the future. Divine soul. This has always been a mysterious existence. In many cases, it is impossible to touch, which gives people a sense of shock in the mind. Master! 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 The top 10 legions, hundreds of soldiers, raised their arms and shouted. All 8-star Peak Sanctuary realms exist. There is only a thin line away from the Holy Realm. When they are all promoted to the Saint Venerable Realm, I am afraid that even if they are demigods, they will have the power to fight. It just seems to be more difficult to achieve this goal. Fang Fan moved his lips, thinking to himself, then sighed silently. It took too much to raise these 10 legions from the 7-star Peak Sanctuary to the 8-star Peak Sanctuary. More than 10 million high-grade star cores are gone. Ruo, Ruo wants to raise them to the Holy Realm as a whole. The number of high-grade star cores needed is hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions. Gudong. Fang Fan breathed out a foul breath. He didn't want to say anything now. A trace of despair and hesitation could not help but arise in his heart. That's it, nothing. Can't hold on, can't hold back. Even if we dig the Guangming Academy 3 feet from the inside to the outside, I'm afraid it will be difficult to collect so many star cores. As one of the strongest chambers of commerce in the heavens, if Tianlan Chamber of Commerce draws out 100 million high-grade star cores, the economic system may collapse in an instant. This star core, no matter for which force it is an astronomical figure. Unless you can go to the territory of the Protoss. They seem to have a lot of fragments of divine stones in their hands. A fragment of the divine stone is already worth 10,000 high-grade star cores. If you find a divine stone by chance, it will be even more profitable. Fang Fan thought about this, and the smile on the corner of his mouth increased. Fang Fan. Get out. Little thief Fang Fan. Get out. The Guangming Academy is harboring murderers. Fang Fan. Must die. Fang Fan. Suddenly there was a series of noises outside, which made people upset. Many students of Guangming Academy who were practicing were disturbed. What's your name outside? It seems to be calling Fang Fan. Fang Fan? The boss Fang Fan. What's the situation? It sounds like you're seeking revenge. I'm CAO, looking for revenge? Really, don't effing scare me. It's over, the outside is, all soldiers, all city guards, we are surrounded, and it's completely cold. What's going on, tell me clearly. It's the people from the city lord's mansion who surrounded our Guangming Academy. They are so brave. What are they trying to do? Are they going to start a war against our Guangming Academy? You bastards! Are these idiots trying to start a civil war? Now one of our people goes out and one is detained, and they keep clamoring for Fang Fan. This matter is really serious. I'll go, if it goes on like this, it's really over. Totally collapsed. Liang Liang. The exclamations increased, and the voices of complaints gathered in an all-round way, each shouting, and the entire Guangming Academy became lively. Fang Fan walked out silently, his expression was a little quiet. Husband. What happened? When did you offend the people of the city lord's mansion? Why don't I call daddy? He just retreated, and now he can wake him up if he calls. Concubine Xiang came over, her beautiful eyes were full of worry. Is it because of that little push for officials? Chu Sisi also walked over, and then made a guess. Stop pushing the officer. Why don't you push the officer? Did you go out together halfway? Concubine Xiang blinked, then asked in astonishment. Xiangfei and the others were all practicing seriously before, so they were not very clear about what happened in the middle. It's just a ruffian. Go over and have a look. Fang Fan shrugged indifferently, not panicking at all. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3469. There is always a solution to a problem. Just do it. Boy Fang Fan. You'd better not go out. The visitor is not good. I went for a walk just now. Our Guangming Academy is surrounded by at least tens of thousands of city guards. There is also a small team of about 100 elites. There are quite a few strong people inside. Holy One, I have found many. That dude who was beaten up by you is called Yu Wengsu, this time he did it, and I don't know how. This guy actually made Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City. The soldiers and horses were all brought over by that Cao Man. Now it's clear that it's coming for you. If you pass by now, you're really throwing yourself into a trap. When the time comes, if you want to run away, you won't be able to run away. There's already a net outside here. But I feel that they don't dare to openly attack Guangming Academy, so Fang Fan, you only need to stay in the academy, and they don't dare to do anything to you. Anyway, just hang on. Bai Biao stretched out his head, and while talking, he said deeply. Now this guy is really good at analyzing these things. It seems that he really underestimated him before. This ability is not possessed by ordinary people. Interesting. Goze is in the academy. Hee. It's not necessary, let's go and have a look, people are calling at the door, do we still want to be turtles? Now I suddenly feel that the prediction of the deputy palace master really has some basis. He predicted before that I would beat this young city lord to death. It now appears that the odds are increasing. Fang Fan nodded silently, then sighed softly. The more I think about it, the more I feel that this is the case. This is surprising. In the dark, these things seem to have been doomed. Fang Fan thought up to this point, his eyebrows raised, and his mind also took off in an all-round way. After a wave, it is quite touching. Husband. You won't be tempted to kill, will you? This. Impossible. It's really going to go wrong. That Cao man is the young city lord after all, and his father is the city lord Cao Tang, who is a demigod existence. Husband, don't be reckless. Concubine Xiang hurriedly grabbed Fang Fan's sleeves, and her delicate body trembled as she spoke. She was mainly worried that Fang Fan would kill the young city lord Cao man in a fit of anger, and then he would be out of control. A Cao man is really nothing, the powerful one behind him is Cao Tang, the city lord of the demigod realm. Rest assured. I have a measure, so don't worry too much. Fang Fan yawned subconsciously, he seemed very calm about this matter. Boss, otherwise, or I will ask my father to come forward to put pressure on the city lord, and then suppress this matter. Besides, boss, you are now the supreme guest of our Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, whoever dares to touch you will have trouble with our Tianlan Chamber of Commerce. Zhao Wei raised his eyebrows, and then suggested from the side. According to the power of Tianlan Chamber of Commerce, Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, naturally did not dare to act rashly. Are you overly worried? Don't worry, nothing will happen. It's just a few jumping clowns. To deal with this kind of jumping clown, wouldn't it be good to expel them? As for mobilizing troops. Fang Fan shrugged, with a look of indifference on his face. Then he strode out and came to the gate of Guangming Academy. At the moment, Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy, is in charge of the daily affairs of Guangming Academy. At this moment, he was standing on the spot with an ugly expression on his face. Have the people in your city lord's mansion become so aimless now? Don't even look at where this is. Is this a place where you can run wild? Asshole. Asshole to the extreme. Get out. Otherwise, don't blame the dean for being ruthless. Gao Song snorted coldly, and the momentum of the Supreme Saint burst out from all over his body, with a strong sense of oppression. He. Who am I? So it's Dean Gao Song. Dean Gao Song is still the same as before, always growing stronger. President Gao Song is going to do something. Let's not talk about those city guards, they are the troops of the Guangming God City, but the guards around me are the troops of the 34th Squadron of the Guangming Legion. Legion of Light, you should know what kind of existence it is, right? Ah. This is the personal guard under the Pope's crown. Does Dean Gao Song want to feel it? Cao Man, the young master of Guangming God City, sneered and then strode forward with a proud look on his face. This guy is really drifting to the extreme now? Feeling in control of everything. However, the trump card he played out really made Gao Song, the Dean of the God of War Academy, a little hesitant. This is no small matter after all. This matter is even serious. If you are not careful, there will be more things involved. Mentally, I can't hold back more or less. Legion of Light, Legion of the Pope's personal guard. Taboo exists. His existence represents the Pope. Not to mention how strong this Legion of Light is, even if they give up resistance and put it in front of you, would you dare to do it? Isn't this slapping the Pope in the face? Stop messing around. What's the matter? Let your father and Deputy Palace Master Shui Wanren discuss it. What's the matter with you messing around here? Gao Song, the Dean of Ares Academy, waved his hand, then snorted coldly. Ah! Let me go. It's actually quite simple. Let that Fang Fan out. And the woman who was with him that day also came out. I want to take it away. Cao Man held his head high and his chest high, the arrogance on his face overflowed directly, the arrogance to the extreme. Take away. Ah! It's just a joke. The people from my Guangming Academy, are you able to take them away if you want? Unreasonable trouble. Come here. Close the gate. Don't let those who want to be fooled enter it. Gao Song waved his hand, already too lazy to say more. Dean Gao Song. At this time, Fang Fan and others walked out. Gao Song raised his head and glanced at Fang Fan, then glanced at Ying Yan who was clustered beside Fang Fan, feeling his scalp tingling inexplicably at this moment. This kid has really good luck. But at this time, what are you doing out here? Isn't this intensifying conflicts and intensifying emotions? A little carelessness, the situation will follow blood collapse on the spot. Time to play chicken. You hurry back. I don't need you here. Don't worry, I'll take care of things. Quick, go in. Gao Song became nervous when he saw Fang Fan coming. In fact, speaking from the bottom of his heart, what he was worried about was not Fang Fan's life, but the safety of the young city lord Cao Man. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 3470. Cao Man has also heard a lot about Fang Fan's many deeds. This kid is inhuman most of the time. As if he was born with a strong attractive physique, those dandies like to come here to trouble him. But in the end, the fate of these second-generation playboys is basically very miserable. Let's not talk about the far ones, let's just say that the blood descendant He, the master of the dark school, can't. It is said that in front of the true God cave mansion, Fang Fan beheaded himself, which made Wanggu, the deputy head of the Dark Academy, almost go berserk. Although Gao Song didn't see the scene at that time, but through various descriptions, he can already imagine the extremely surging scene. Too intense. The deputy palace lord said hello before, telling you not to kill this young city lord Cao Man. Why? At the time, I wondered, there was basically no contact between you, how could there be a life and death conflict, but now, I understand. You boy, you can't treat it with common sense at all. Student Fang Fan, the dean is begging you, go back quickly. This contradiction can still be resolved now, but it hasn't reached the point where blood flows into rivers. But if it's you, if you pass by, maybe it will happen. If your kid gets excited and beats Cao Man to death, the bright God city will really be shaken. Gao Song wiped the cold sweat off his forehead, while talking, his body twitched unnaturally, his eyebrows raised, his lips pursed. These words and deeds are all words from the heart. President Gao Song, please don't worry, I have a sense of propriety. Some things, just talk about it. I'm here to resolve conflicts. Why did Dean Gao Song keep stopping me? It's really not necessary. Fang Fan strode out calmly, facing Cao Man, the young lord of Guangming God City, and Yu Wengsu standing beside him. He. Finally, don't be a turtle. You are Fang Fan. The one who contradicted me before the bright God City. It looks like nothing. But those beauties standing beside you are indeed more beautiful than each other. My young city lord has never had so many beauties, so why are you so blessed? Cao man gritted his teeth with a look of displeasure. At this moment, apart from the unhappiness on his face, there were waves of heartbeats. To kill the guy in front of him and take away the beauty beside him is the established plan. In this way, the peerless beauty is all his. The beauties gathered around this kid at this moment are no worse than Murong Yu. Gudong. Cao man swallowed a mouthful of saliva, and the more he talked, the more excited he became, and the more he thought about it, the more excited he became. Fang Fan. As the saying goes, there are as many sand sculptures as there are sand sculptures. What's up? If you have something to say, if you have nothing to do, get out. I don't have that much time to spend nonsense with you here. Fang Fan was speechless. Fang Fan. How dare you be so arrogant in front of the young city lord? Why don't you kneel down and kowtow to the young city lord to admit your mistake? Ah! I told you a long time ago, I'll be back. Is it fun to hit me before? Isn't it great? How is it now? Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Kneeling down and cutting yourself is your only choice. Yu Wangsu roared, his face flushed red with excitement. Fang Fan. Sand sculpture. Fang Fan shrugged and said calmly. What did you say? Are you scolding me? It's already this time, how dare you be so arrogant? Death is imminent, don't you know? Young city master is here, how dare you be so presumptuous? Yu Wangsu started again in a jerk. Fang Fan put his hands behind his back indifferently, and then collided the disaster hammers in his hands again. Immediately, natural and man-made disasters was launched successfully. Yu Wangsu's body trembled suddenly, his mouth was tightly pursed, and a pained look appeared on his face. Oh oh oh! Yu Wangsu yelled, and his body trembled more and more. This time the picture looks quite happy. I can't speak, just keep whining. What's wrong with you? What's the situation? Cao man, the young master of Guangming God City, frowned, showing dissatisfaction on his face at this moment. WTF? I bit my tongue, my head. Pooh. Yu Wangsu trembled, spit out a mouthful of blood, and showed a mournful expression. Useless trash. Cao man said with a look of disgust. Go, bring that kid here. Give me a few hard slaps in the face. However he hit you, hit back. Who dares to be presumptuous in front of this young city lord? The look of arrogance on Cao man's face became more and more intense, and he felt relaxed and surging all over his body. He came here just to be presumptuous, and to suppress Guangming Academy by the way. That's what it was for in the first place. Okay, obey the young city lord. Yu Wangsu's face showed joy, and the big tongue sound followed, and he trot forward excitedly. He can take revenge. Boom. Pat. Just after running for 2 steps, Yu Wangsu fell heavily to the ground, and fell to the ground in a wave. There was a burst of laughter around. Laughed. Laughing so hard my head will fall off. This is so interesting. Talent. This is pure talent. And he's a master level talent. This man, is he here to be funny? Maybe you think we are too depressed to practice in the academy, so come here and play a sideshow for us. First I bit my tongue when I spoke, and then I stumbled. Look, this guy got up and fell down again. Tisk tisk tisk, it's a real hammer, this guy is a juggler. Damn it. It's really, where did you find it? I can't do it, laughing, my stomach hurts from laughing. Ha ha ha. I still want to come and beat someone like this. There's a way to be funny. Seeing Yu Wangsu's misfortune, all the students of Guangming Academy couldn't help laughing. It's a little immoral to base one's own happiness on the suffering of others, but it's really funny. Fang Fan was as motionless as a mountain, standing indifferently on the spot. Bai Biao on the side rolled his eyeballs, and then whispered to Fang Fan's ear. Fang Fan boy, is it your fault again? You are, amazing. Number 1 among Yin people. Your disaster hammer is too easy to use. See who's upset, just hit it twice. I also want to have such an artifact. Boy Fang Fan, my birthday is coming soon, why don't you give me this calamity hammer as a birthday present? Bai Biao blinked, then said excitedly.